Role model essentially means you planted a mango tree and a coconut tree. Mango tree saw, oh, I need to be like him, and chopped off all its own branches.
Guruji, what I understand is then we should not find similarities of ourselves to someone else. Then why do we have role models?
Role models? People keep asking me, Sadhguru, who is your role model? I tell them, I don't roll with the models. You see all these things you're picking up from Western cultures. Here, we never created a role model. Just look back on this culture and… This is about constantly striving to evolve yourself. Role model essentially means you planted a mango tree and a coconut tree together. Coconut tree went straight up and tall. Mango tree saw, oh, I need to be like him, and chopped off all its own branches and left one like this. This is going to be a lousy mango tree. Yes? You don't need a role model. The thing is, we are trying to drive people, young people especially, with either carrot or stick. Offer them something, otherwise beat them a little bit. This is like being a circus monkey. You want the circus monkey to do tricks, you give it a banana, it will do trick and again it'll sit like this. Again you have to hang another banana there, otherwise it won't do. Don't become like this, all of you especially. I see, I'm not saying about this institution, across the world I've spoken in every business institution. I see it's become so unhealthy. Everybody is thinking, what will I get, what will I get, what will I get, what will I get? Very few people are thinking, what can I create? What the hell are you going to get at the end of your life anyway? We'll either bury you or cremate you, that's all you will get. Which one do you prefer? Because sometimes you even get fired for that reason. Once happened, Shankaran Pillai got fired from his job. See, I'm just telling you because you're in a school right now, here they can't fire you generally, unless you do something totally wrong probably. But outside, small things you can get fired. As market economy grows and multiplies, people can get fired just like that. Shankaran Pillai got fired just because he asked a simple question, smoking or non-smoking? Why for such a simple thing a man must be fired? But what he was supposed to ask is cremation or burial. So, what is it that you're going to get at the end of this life? You will get nothing. The only thing is, did you live an intense and involved life? That's all you have. What have you got? What have I got? What have you got? What have I got? This is rubbish. But this has got, particularly into business schools, this has gotten big time. In the United States, business school, nobody is thinking of anything. What's your first salary? The previous batch, what did they get the first salary? I must get little more than that. This is all because everything has become goal-oriented. There's no significance for the process. We have business events every November. I think some shots were there of Ratan Tata and others. All the major leaders, business leaders in the country have come. Every year we have 200 CEOs who go through 4.5 days of training called Insight. Last year, one of this, somebody who was running a reasonably major multinational company said, Sadhguru, we pick the best from the IIMs and IITs in the country and we keep paying them more and more year after year. But you don't have single IIM here. I said, I have only school dropout. But your organization runs better managed than our corporation. How's this? I said, see, this is all it is. You guys are goal-oriented. You want to get somewhere. Here, people who are working for me, they don't even know where to go. They don't even care where they go. All they know is they're absolutely devoted to the process. Right now what they're doing? They're so absolutely devoted to it, everything that's there in them is coming out in that single action. This is all a human being can do. Either you're doing your best or not doing your best, isn't it? You may not be able to do as well as somebody, but the question is, are you doing your best in every moment of your life? For this you need devotion. I'm specifically using the word devotion because devotion means people think going to the temple or church or mosque or whatever is their destination. No. You tell me, has anybody in any field of activity, either sport, music, art, business, spirituality, politics, whatever, has anybody reached any significant states of achievement without being devoted to what they're doing? Have they? Has anybody gotten anywhere, I'm asking? Mediocre nonsense they've done, they maybe got more and more salary, but they did not do anything significant. So you have to decide whether you want to live a mediocre life or you want to live an intense, beautiful life. Because life is only in its experience, in not what you possess. Life is only in the way you experience it, not in what you have. What you have will mock at you after some time. If your experience is not good, people can live in a palace and be terrible. So, what you possess is not at all the point. How you experience it, everything is the point, isn't it? But right now, the entire world has gone towards this direction. You young people must change this. The intensity of your experience is more important than the immensity of your possessions, isn't it? See, we are always thinking of changing the system. I'm not saying it should not, it should. But within the existing systems, we can do many things, depending upon the individual teachers and individual educators, how they operate. Because when you try to change the system in your own time, when you want to change the system, you must understand any system. Even within the family, if you want to change a system, it will take many years. It's not going to change overnight. Sometimes a generation has to pass for it to change. To walk into your house with your shoes on, one generation has to pass, isn't it? So, instead of thinking how to change the system, yes, we must have the vision of changing the system, but within the system, how to do the maximum delivery is something that all of us should always look at. Otherwise, we are always talking about future generations without addressing the current generations. It'll never work that way. It'll only be a dream. We have to make the difference in the current generation. Only then, if you take a small step now, the next generation will take a bigger step. But without taking this step, we are dreaming of a big step, it will not happen. It will be just an idea which will not work. So, as an educator, you mentioned the word meditation. We must understand this, what meditation means. The word meditation, the English word meditation doesn't mean anything. If somebody sits with their eyes closed, people think they're meditating. But you can sit with your eyes closed for many reasons. Unable to bear the world, you can close your eyes. Yes. You may be… in yoga there are many things, you may be doing japa, thapa, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, shunya, samyama, we don't know what you're doing. So, there is… the word meditation is not specific, it is too general and it's not saying anything in particular. Let us say if we are thinking to align the word meditation with what we refer to as dhyan or dhyana or dhyanam as you go south. Because Hindi-speaking people, you have a way of clipping away the words in the end. We say Rama, you say Ram. You say Dhyanam, you say Dhyan. You're cutting off everything in the end, that's your option. But if you're thinking it is dhyan or dhyana or whatever, what this means is, if you sit here, if you have a distinct experience that your body is here, Your mind is somewhere else. What is you is elsewhere. Or in other words, there is a little space between what is you and what is your body. What is you and what is the content of your mind. Suppose this little space was achieved within you right now, would all these young boys be complaining about stress? You must do one thing. If you are an aviator, you would know this. You're driving to the airport, traffic jam, traffic jam, traffic jam. You curse everybody and honk and do all this and get there. Then you fly. Then you're flying over the traffic jam. It all looks very nice, you know. Simply because of the distance. When you were in it, it was a terrible thing. Once you're flying above it, it looks quite nice actually, traffic jams. Once there is a little distance, that's the end of suffering. So if you create a little space between you and your body, between you and your mind, this is the end of suffering. Because there are only two kinds of sufferings in your life, physical suffering, mental suffering. Do you know any other kind of suffering? Only two sufferings. If you distance yourself a little bit, that's all. Distancing is not by attitude. Anyway, these are accumulations. You gathered this body, you gathered this mind. If you keep what belongs to you one way and what is you in another way, it's taken care of. So we can teach you a simple method with which you can do this. Very, very simple process. Every human being is capable of this. Let's understand this. When it comes to external realities, all of us are differently capable. No two human beings are equally capable. When it comes to inner possibilities, all of us are equally capable. No human being has come better endowed than the other. It is just that most human beings never look in that direction.
Thank you for joining us. Please share your observations on this subject in the comments, subscribe to continue our journey together, and invite others to join this path. See you soon.